We are starting our discussion on alimentary system or digestive system. Digestive system consists of alimentary canal and the associate glands. The alimentary canal begins with an anterior opening, that is mouth, and it opens out posteriorly through the anus. The mouth leads to the buccal cavity. Mouth is divided into two parts, that is vestibule and the buccal cavity. Vestibule is the part in between the lips and the gums, so we take food from this side, and second part is the buccal cavity. So the buccal cavity is composed of palate, tongue and teeth. The term palate refers to the roof of the mouth. It forms the partition between the nasal and the oral cavities. The palate consists of two parts. One is hard palate and one is soft palate. The anterior part of the palate is called the hard palate, and the posterior part of the palate is called the soft palate. So this is the diagram of palate. You can see the anterior 4/5 portion of the palate is hard palate and the posterior 1/5 is soft palate. There are some transverse ridges. This is called transverse masticatory ridges or raphe. One anteroposterior raphe is seen, which is called the palatine raphe in the midline, and posteriorly the soft palate is a mobile muscular flap which hangs down from the posterior border of the hard palate. The tongue is a mobile muscular organ in the oral cavity which bulges upwards from the floor of the mouth. The tongue performs the following function, that is taste sensation, speech, mastication, etc. The dorsal surface of the tongue has V-shaped sulcus. The V-shaped sulcus is called sulcus terminalis. The anterior 2/3 is the oral part of the sulcus terminalis, and the posterior 1/3 is the pharyngeal part of the sulcus terminalis. The apex of the sulcus terminalis, this is the apex, is marked by a blind foramen. There is a foramen. It is called the foramen cecum. Let us talk about the papillae of the tongue. Papillae are the projection of the mucous membrane covered with epithelium. There are four major types of papillae in the tongue, that is valate papillae, filiform papillae, pungiform papillae and the foliate papillae. Valate papillae are the largest. They are arranged in a V-shaped manner in front of the sulcus terminalis. Filiform papillae, these are the filiform papillae. Filiform papillae are the minute conical projection with sharply pointed ends. It has a velvety appearance in the tongue. Then we come fungiform papillae. Fungiform papillae, they have a red rounded head. Foliate papillae are inconstant vertical grooves and ridges near the margin. That are the foliate papillae in the margins of the tongue. The oral cavity has a number of teeth, and each teeth is embedded in a socket of a jawbone. This type of attachment is called thecodont because every teeth is embedded in a socket of a jawbone. Majority of mammals like human beings forms two sets of teeth during their lifetime. A set that is called temporary milk teeth, and later it is replaced by permanent teeth, and this type of dentition is called diphyodont. An adult human has 32 permanent teeth, which are of 4 different types. So there are 4 different types of teeth, and that's why it is called heterodont. There are 32 permanent teeth in human being and 20 milk teeth. Arrangement of teeth in each half of the upper and the lower jaw in the order incisor, canine, premolar, molar is represented by dental formula. The dental formula of milk teeth or the temporary teeth are 2102. It means there are 2 incisor teeth, 1 canine, no premolar and 2 molar. The dental formula of permanent teeth is 2123, means there is 2 incisor, 1 canine, 2 premolar and 3 molars. Each teeth is composed of specialized connective tissue that has several parts. One is pulp. It is the inner core connective tissue of the teeth. Blood vessel, nerves and lymphatics are there, and covering it there is dentine. Dentine is a calcified material surrounding the pulp cavity. Enamel is the densely calcified white material covering the crown of the tooth. It is the hardest substance in the body. And the cement, it is the bony covering of the neck of the root of the tooth. Pharynx is a fibromuscular tube extending from the base of the skull to the esophagus. Pharynx is just like a 3-storied building composed of nasopharynx, oropharynx and a laryngopharynx. Nasopharynx is the part lying behind the nose, oropharynx lying behind the oral cavity, and laryngopharynx is the part lying behind the larynx. So, what is Waldear's ring? There is aggregation of lymphoid tissue underneath the epithelial lining of the pharynx, surrounding the commencement of air and the food passage. These aggregations are arranged in a circular fashion. These aggregations together constitute an interrupted circle called Waldear's ring, which forms the special feature of the interior of the pharynx. And this Waldear rings is composed of pharyngeal tonsil, tubal tonsil, palatine tonsil and the lingual tonsil. The esophagus is a thin long tube which extends posteriorly, passing through the neck. So, this is the thin long tube connecting the oropharynx to the stomach. The junction of the esophagus and the stomach is guarded by gastroesophageal sphincter, a muscular sphincter that regulates the opening of the esophagus into the stomach. The stomach is the widest and the most distensible part of the alimentary canal between the esophagus and the duodenum. The main function of the stomach is to form the reservoir of the food. It controls the rate of delivery of the chyme into the small intestine. Mixed food and the with gastric secretion to form a semi-fluid substance that is called the chyme. The HCl, hydrochloric acid, secreted by the glands of the stomach destroy the bacteria present in the food and the drink. The stomach is located in the upper left part of the abdomen. The stomach presents 2 curvatures and it has 4 parts. 2 curvatures are lesser curvature and the greater curvature. So what is lesser curvature? Lesser curvature is the concave part and it forms the shorter right border of the stomach. What is greater curvature? It is the convex part and forms the longest left border of the stomach. At its upper part, it ends in the cardiac notch. Then we come to the parts of the stomach: cardiac part, fundus part, body and the pyloric part. What is cardiac part? So there is a horizontal line passing through the gastroesophageal junction. The part above this horizontal line is called fundus. And what is cardiac part? It is the part around the cardiac orifice. The body is the major part of the stomach between the fundus and the pyloric antrum. It can be distended enormously along the greater curvature. What is the pyloric part? The pyloric part is the funnel-shaped outflow region of the stomach. It has three parts, that is pyloric antrum, pyloric canal and the pylorus. So this is the portion. It is the pyloric part.